The cancer marker went from 180 to 120, and he thought that it would have doubled to 360. And then from that time forward, it's just kind of been hovering. I would love to see some consortium and or mechanisms by which those who make up the medical community, whether it be classical medicine, classical oncology, and or other specialties, would have and be encouraged to spend some more time with those like this type of a clinic so that they can learn from one another. And I do believe that probably if you could possibly take the full-blown wisdom that exists within the framework of all of those different arenas of knowledge, that it would probably be better for everybody. But I understand there's a long shot there because there's such obvious divisions.
One of the things that I remember from one of your visits is you went to see one of the oncologists, and he was really impressed with your blood tests, right? The cancer markers were down, right? And you were feeling pretty good, right? Maybe he expected you to not be feeling as good, or the cancer to be growing a little bit more. And again, that to me is power for the course. You know, when you're on the right stuff and you see a specialist that affirms you in that way. Hey, what are you doing? Right? Did he say
That's
something
exactly
like that?
what he said. The cancer marker went from 180 to 120, and he thought that it would have doubled to 360. And so instead of increasing, it decreased by 30%. And then from that time forward, it's just kind of been hovering. Yeah.
You know, there's something I'd like to bring up with your permission is
Sure.
You, at one point in your journey, you had the wisdom, I'll say, to bring your family together. You know, to have, you know, a powwow. And I want to hear a little bit about that.
So I said to myself, I'm not that terribly sick yet. I have a very serious diagnosis. So why don't I just act now and get my family together at this point? And they were all really, really good about it. I only asked for 1 day, but from 3 of them I got 5 days, and the other 2 I got 3 days, which was great. You know, they don't live anywhere in the area. They're all flying in from other parts of the country. Yeah, all of them from out of state. And so, I mean, it was really, really positive. I was also able to then explain to them during that time period why I was choosing to go the route that I had chosen. And again, it really has a lot to do with this whole reality of the fact I am not under any particular illusions as to anybody's ability, no matter what techniques, no matter what knowledge, no matter whatever it is that anybody has, that they can, you know, say, hey, we have a healing balm for you. We have a perfect mechanism. But what I chose was a route that I thought would actually give me a higher quality of life, and one in which I would be able to continue to be more functional. Whether or not I am healed or not, that isn't really the issue. Of course, everybody would like to be healed. Of course. We pray for it, we do what we can, we adjust our diets, we take the medications that we've been prescribed, and, you know, so forth and so on.
You know, we talk about chemotherapy, let's say, or radiation or surgery. Oh, those are procedures. Let's see how effective that was for your overall health. How about something like this, getting your family together, or something like this today where you're sharing and you feel engaged? Like, what does that do for our well-being? You know, is there a way of measuring that biochemically or doing a lab test? You know, the fact remains, your oncologists are just stunned by your overall journey, how well you're doing. You know, you don't look like the typical, you know, pancreatic cancer patients. You were diagnosed. When was your diagnosis?
I had the first symptoms in December. The official diagnosis was the 17th of January.
17th of January, 2018. And here we are, September 20.
It's almost October, yeah.
Yeah. And so you're doing pretty amazing. And again, you've done a lot. You've taken the lead. You've received from friends, from physicians, advice, right? And you've changed your diet. And again, all the love and support from your community, I think, is part of your journey. And I'm just happy, again, for you to come in and share that with us. So thank you, Pastor. Thanks for thanks for being a beacon in my life, in my community.
Oh, thank you. You're very welcome.